One other neat thing about this particular virtual environment is that it tries to simulate physics a little bit. So if you click and drag on these balls, you can actually throw them around. And you'll see they bounce off of other objects and walls and things like that. So it's not a very high fidelity simulation, but it can give you some idea about how objects will move or interact in the 3D space. You'll notice also I have...
Presumably, James, that means, just to interrupt, I'm sorry, that presumably means that there are bowling alleys in Second Life somewhere. I've never seen one, but where you can literally use the balls like this to try and knock both people and objects over.
There are. It's lots of fun when you try to knock people over with them. And in fact, your own avatars are also physical objects that can be knocked about. So you'll find, for example, water slides or sort of amusement park rides that you can sit on and use to toss your character around.
Now, does that mean that there's actually a Second Life soccer team?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I think we should have one. We've got enough students.
There's a Quidditch team on EdTech Island, which is pretty cool, from Harry Potter.
Let's see, what else can I show you? You can upload images into this environment as well, which is very helpful when you're designing your own content of any kind, educational or otherwise. And we can use any image that's in some sort of standard computer format. So let me, here I'll upload an embarrassing photo of our intern. He'll kill me. So this is just a JPEG image out of a normal digital camera. It'll take a second for it to become visible for you. The Second Life client automatically figures out when an image you haven't seen before comes into view, and goes and fetches it and displays it, much like a web browser would. So yes, that is one of our local heroes, Austin, who is currently a student at the University of California at Berkeley, and spent the summer with us and likes to work in his socks.
You've probably talked about this before, but there are all sorts of great video tutorials available through the support site or the wiki. Yeah,
we have a variety of people who make videos. We have one internal guy named Torley, who is just amazing. He was a user before he came to work for the company. His name's Torley Wong, and his video tutorials are really just exceptional, and famous music and that sort of thing.
He's got great avatars.
I haven't looked at any of his, but obviously it sounds like it's well worth it. James, can I just ask you just to also tell people, given that obviously you're involved with the company, I mean, how many people are now working for the company and how big is it? Just so that the students can have an understanding of almost what the sort of commercial process is behind what we're using at the moment.
So our company, including all the support, billing, customer service, is about 300 people now. We have an active user base. Oh gosh, I don't remember our latest statistics. 700 or 800,000 active users. You have to be careful when you interpret usage statistics about services that offer free accounts. I mean, we've created upwards of 10 million free accounts. Most people just come, visit for a while, and leave, or they decide they don't like their name and make a new account with the new name. So, we have to be careful how we track people who are actually coming back and using the product on a regular basis. Our financials aren't public yet, but we make plenty of money, and we have we have enough money. We're profitable and paying for our organization and socking some money away for the future. I don't know if you guys have explored the pricing model for Second Life. We're a little bit unusual in that most sort of game-like virtual world experiences charge a monthly subscription fee. We don't, so anyone can come and play for free to kind of browse, wander around, and experience other folks' content. Where we make our money is if you want to own a piece of land so that you can build stuff like this and invite people over and kind of have a stake in the world. And so we charge anywhere from $10 a month for an account that has the privilege of owning land and a little bit of land, up to thousands of dollars a month for people who want multiple regions the size of this one, or who want to purchase land and then turn around and rent it out to other people. So I've frankly been amazed by the people's willingness to pay money to use our crazy little system. I've been with the company since it was 5 people, so this all still kind of holds a sense of wonderment for me. At present, we have, on the engineering team, we've got about 25 people working on the client software, which you're running now on your personal computer. We've got another 20 or so people working on the core server software, which is the thing the client connects to that keeps track of all these objects and who's talking to whom, and what things you can see and what sounds are being triggered. And then we have a huge variety of sort of traditional internet technology, databases, and network colocation facilities to hold all of our servers and networking switches and all that sort of thing. And we have another group that runs that infrastructure, which is also about 20 people. So we've transitioned from the majority of our company being an engineering, or being in the engineering group, to now a majority of our company doing product development and support and billing and all of the associated sort of overhead that comes with a certain scale. When we launched this product in 2003, I think our company was maybe 40 people. And the core technology was built with a group of about 15. So it's I fully expect there to be other virtual worlds available soon, and I think they'll be very interesting. I mean, they're hard to run. Most of our difficulty has been in keeping our users from being at each other's throats or building giant billboards next to their neighbor's lovely beach. But the sort of all the pieces are in place to have the technology work. There's enough bandwidth to get data across the internet. Personal computers are pretty fast now. Most personal computers have some kind of 3D graphics capability. So I think you're going to see a lot more competition in the virtual worlds marketplace. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting. We as our company is also pursuing some interoperability standards to try to make sure that once more and more virtual worlds come, that you can move around between them. That you could make an avatar in one and have it work in another, or you could have your profile information in one world work in another world. So we're certainly not the only game in town, and we definitely won't be forever. So I think you'll see more organizations coming out with environments like this.
Okay, well look, James, that's fascinating, and I have to say I'm sorry I'm going to cut you off at this stage, because this could go on all night, and I must say I can remember coming down to San Francisco with you probably about 4 years ago, when there were 30 or 40 members of your staff in total, and it was obviously fairly early days. So I think you've done an amazing job building this company and getting it going so well, and so congratulations. Now I'm going to turn over to Ben because we're going to have to start flying around, and we're probably only going to manage to get to one or two other places, I think, tonight, Ben, but that's fine because this has been a really interesting presentation.